Haftarah, Parashat Terumah, and the Haftarah of Parashat Terumah. And also, as we like to do, we add a little bit of a something. And today that something is going to be Atzei Shitim, acacia wood. And why do we have acacia wood as the wood of choice for most of the Mishkan, and what's the story behind it, and what's the reality of the acacia wood? And that's the three things we're going to touch today. And let's start with the parasha and the purpose of the parasha, as well as the haftarah, and the connection between them is reflected by these two verses, one from the parasha, one from the haftarah. Let's see these. Go ahead, guys. Frank, would you like to read the first? I see you unmuted. Go ahead.
Yeah, I sure would. Ve-asu. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were.
Is it the accent?
Right, Ve-asu, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ve-asu, li, mikdash, Ve-shakhanti, Ve-tocham. And let them make me a sanctuary that I might dwell among them.
Right. You're right that we can see that the accent is on the penultimate syllable in the first word, and hence Ve-asu li mikdash Ve-shakhanti betocham. And the reason for that is the moving of the accent in order to prevent a sequence of two accents. So to specific on other terms, regular terms, if you just have the word Ve-asu, you know what? We actually have that, and I wasn't planning to focus on that, but you can see Ve-asu aron atzei shitim here. But because of the accentation directly with a short word such as li, that following the word Ve-asu, so we have the word li, and the accent is here. If you would have an accent in the regular place of that word asu or Ve-asu, then you would have had two directly successive accented syllables, and the Hebrew tries to avoid that. So we have what's known as nasog achor, literally retreating backwards, and that is the accent is retreating from the last syllable to the second to last syllable. Hence, Ve-asu li mikdash. Okay? Are you with me, guys?
Yes, thank you.
So you're correct, and I'm just kind of explaining what's the reason behind it, why the accent is not on the last syllable, but rather on the second to last syllable. Also, note that we have these sequence of Weqatal verbs, okay? Very common in the context of the establishment of the tabernacle and the sequence of actions that are reflected there. Okay, Weqatal, Weqatal, Weqatal. These verbs are, as opposed to the katal, which usually describes the perfect, the Weqatal is not describing the perfect, not something that was completed, but something in this case that is more on the lines of instructions. Okay, a sequence of future actions or of actions that were not done but need to be done. Okay, note also the connection between the sequence of these. Okay, this is an instruction, and Ve-shakhanti shows the purpose or the result of the actions in the first half of the verse. So, Ve-asu mikdash, they shall make, let them make me a mikdash, a sanctuary. Ve-shakhanti betocham, that would be the result or the purpose of the making of the Mishkan. Okay? Also, mikdash, the word mikdash, note the pattern of that word. Can you think of other words with the same pattern in Hebrew? And when I say pattern, I mean that we're just replacing the root. We're not replacing the mold, but rather the root of this wood. So guys,
Kadosh.
come again?
Kadosh.
Kadosh, you're keeping the root and changing the pattern. I want you to do something more complicated, guys. What I want you to do is I want you to replace the root and not the pattern. Keep the pattern, okay?
MIQTAL?
Migdal. You said Migdal, right?
Yes.
Very good. Migdal, very good. What is Migdal?
I can't remember now.
Right.
Tower.
Tower, right. If you come to Jerusalem, if you haven't been in the last 2 years, then the new Tower of David Museum, Museon Migdal David, is a must, is a very interesting renovated museum.
And we
So
have
that's
Migdal
Migdal.
Bavli, right?
Come again?
We have Migdal Bavli.
Migdal Bavel, right. Migdal Bavel, the Tower of Babel. Okay, very good. What else?
MIQTAL?
You were saying?
MIQTAL.
Michtam?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that word MIQTAL somewhere.
Yes, in the Psalms you have Michtam.
Oh, MIQTAL. Oh, yeah.
Right? That's where you took it from?
Yeah, it came into my memory. Yeah, correct.
Yes. So we have Michtam LeDavid, Shomreni El ki chasiti vach, Amart LaDonai, Adonai ata tovati bal alecha. Right. Right. So Michtam, some kind of a poem. Okay. What else? So we have Mishmar. Mishmar, let's say. The word Mishmar, the root, what is the root of the word Mishmar, guys?
Shamar.
Shamar, right. What is the meaning of this root?
Guard.
Guard, right. So if Mikdash is a structure of holiness, because the root Kuf Daled Shin has to do with holiness, and Migdal is a big structure, a tower. What is Mishmar?
It's a fortress?
Some kind of a fortress, sure. So when you suggested fortress, if I can try to kind of unlook what's going on in the thinking process, you're saying guarding structure, a structure that would guard against people from the outside. Is that what's...
Yes.
So I would say not far from that, but maybe a structure that would guard the people from going outside. How would you call that in English?
Keep.
Structure. Come again?
Keep.
A keep, right?
Or
Very
watchtower.
good word for both for keeping people inside, but also a prison. Okay. Right. So in biblical Hebrew, not in modern Hebrew though. In biblical Hebrew, when Joseph is complaining about being put in jail, the word for jail is mishmar. Or when he hears the complaint of the baker and the cupbearer, the word is mishmar. The root shin mem and reish is put into the pattern of MIQTAL, and we get the word mishmar. Okay? And the word mikdash is the word for sanctuary or temple. What is the word for the tabernacle, guys?
Mishkan. Mishkan.
Let's see again in a second. So let's have someone read the bottom verse. Lynn, would you like to read the bottom verse?
Okay. Ve-shakhanti betoch b'nei Yisrael ve'lo e'ezov et ami Yisrael. I will abide among the children of Israel, and I will never forsake my people Israel.
Okay. So, Ve-shakhanti betoch b'nei Yisrael ve'lo e'ezov et ami Yisrael. This describes the building of the temple. As the Haftarah talks about the building of the temple and the connection to the building of the tabernacle. What is the similar root in both verses?
Shin Kaf Nun.
Shin, Chaf, and Nun.
Yeah.
Right. So what is the purpose of both the Mishkan and the Mikdash? Yeah, I already kind of answered my next question. What is the purpose of the tabernacle and the temple?
Place for God to dwell.
Right. Okay. So basically, to serve as a dwelling place. Okay. So what would be the word for a dwelling place in biblical Hebrew based on the pattern that we've understood so far?
Mishkan.
Mishkan, exactly. So the word for a dwelling place is indeed Mishkan. We put the root shin, kaf, and nun, okay, into the pattern of the MIQTAL. So we had Mikdash and Mishmar and Migdal and so forth. And so we get the word Mishkan. Okay, Ve-asu li mikdash ve-shakhanti betochem, ve-shakhanti betoch bnei Israel, ve'lo e'ezov et ami Yisrael. So that is the connection between the purpose of the building of the temple and the tabernacle, both of these. Okay. By the way, the bottom verse continues a discussion we had recently about kind of conditional sentences. Okay. Because the beginning of the verse is talking about that, and we'll see it maybe down the road today. So that's the purpose of and the connection between the Mishkan and the Mikdash as described in the Parashat and the Haftarah. And these are the first few verses of the weekly portion. Let's see these verses. Michael.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How
Oh,
are
good.
you?
Very well. I'm doing well. I didn't figure you could